Okay. Hello, hello. Actually, Colin, I'm not hearing you.
It's the best kind of after hours. It's the one where you can't hear Colin.
Oh crap! I was muted. So surprise, we're in a different location, and I'm clearly learning this as I go. I thought it would unmute me automatically, but apparently not.
No, it's not.
But welcome, hello guys. We are from a different location today. Jason and Carlos are at. Oh, they're a little slow to the punchline there, but
I was trying to mute my mic so I didn't bother Carlos and everything. But we are in not just Coronado Springs Resort, but we are in the Gran Destino Tower at what has quickly become one of my absolute favorite spots, the DALIA Lounge.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing. I will show you guys a little bit. Let me show you around. First of all, look here.
I forgot the intro. Oops.
Don't worry. Look,
clearly, I've not done this before.
Look! Here is the lounge itself. It's a little bit crowded now. It started empty, but now I think people heard about the team being here, so it started to get crowded.
Yeah, a lot of comments coming through early tonight. Good to see everybody. I know it's a long list. I know Jason and Carlos, I'm not even sure. I know Jason can see the list, but I don't know if Carlos can.
No, I cannot see.
I can. I have to switch screens to be able to see it. And I have
so I'll just have to name them out. So we've got Claire joining us. Zach Brown, good to see you, my friend. Joe Logan, always here every week. Jason's mom, Patricia Canapp, good to see you.
Hi,
Kelly Lawrence has joined us tonight. Our good friends across the pond. Claire's been here. Chrissy Viggs has showed up to meet us, and we've got a lot of folks joining in here all of a sudden. So, hey, that's always a good thing, and it's great to be on locations. We're able to do this, and we are doing things a little bit different. So just a heads up, if I screw it up, it's my fault, but we're trying something new, and we're having some fun. So
doing great.
We hope it's an enjoyable show.
It was a pretty intense day. For me, it started kind of early. I went to the Disney's Animal Kingdom, and I have the opportunity, kindly enough, Jason shared with the Magic group the live that I was doing. That actually I did a complete walk around in the park, and was great. And then after that, I went to meet our buddy Jason in Fort Wilderness. And we
you did make it to Fort Wilderness today. That's awesome.
You know what happened? And we did the following. We did the mobile art with P&Js. And Jason did not tell me about to watch out for the entries of the family meal. And I said, one thing, I'll get the family meal, fried chicken and
it's
fried
for
chicken.
Like 4 or 5 people, isn't it?
Oh, yes. Yes. When they gave me, a huge bag, I said, I'm a huge trouble.
I've over-ordered.
So, but it was really nice. And we walk around there's some things that probably we're saving for the news part.
Yeah,
but it was a really nice walk around.
Well, that's a good thing because I don't have any news tonight.
It was not my fault. First of all, I only ordered a portion size for one person, so I have no idea why he didn't order a portion size for one person. He didn't need to do that, and he didn't even share.
You didn't share all that food, and you didn't share. I'm disappointed in you, Carlos.
Would you like a rib?
Not even one, because it comes out of the same kitchen as Trail's End, doesn't it?
Actually, it sounds weird when you say it like that, but yeah, it does. It's the same.
They all kind of do, but
yep.
And we sat inside, and we were the only people sitting inside at all.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm surprised they let you.
No, it's fine. They were.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's the one.
Is that
the one that's attached to Trail's End?
Yeah,
like the seating area.
Closed. So the downstairs seating area by Crockett's Tavern and
like the little kind of bar area.
That was all closed off, but you couldn't get down there. But the upstairs area, the seating was open up there.
That's
but
nice.
Like I said, we were the only people in there.
Hey, that's a huge thing. So
it was great.
It was.
Can we move on to our next segment since we're already kind of talking about it? So here we go.
I feel blind without the chat. I can't see the chat.
So we don't have a fancy news card at the bottom tonight because we have more cards coming and different things coming. But at the same time, what do you guys have? What kind of news are we working with tonight?
Well,
Because
I
I
mean,
brought nothing.
Well, that's okay. You get your hands full. The news, I think the only news that I have to cover isn't the happiest of news, but it's at least progress, and that's related to Disneyland. And
True.
The state of California finally has given some guidance,
Some sort of guideline,
to when
resemblance.
they could open, and they set a really, really, really high threshold for them to meet. Hello.
I'm trying.
That's okay.
It's a lot of clicks on this system.
And I think a lot of people are thinking it's probably going to push it into 2021, like pretty
I would
far.
not be surprised.
Unless they make a change. I think they'll probably make a change. I don't know anything any more than anybody else does. Actually, I know a little
if
less.
you can have a baseball stadium full of people, I think you can have a theme park open.
It's weird.
It's
and they have
different.
They have different rules for parks of different sizes. So small parks, which they define as parks that have a attendance maximum of 15,000 people.
Mm-hmm. Which is definitely not Disneyland.
They have a different threshold, so which doesn't make a lot of sense. It is what it is. Stay tuned. Things will change.
It's an update nonetheless. Something important to look forward to.
I just miss it.
Yeah.
Oh, me too. I was talking to somebody about that the other day. It's like, I just want to go back. Especially because it was like we went, and then you realize now we can't go, and we still can't go, even if we wanted to.
Right.
Well, there's other sad news I think that I like to talk about is the news from Tron in Magic Kingdom that we're learning that they're gonna halt the construction by the end of this year.
Yeah, and they didn't really put a continuation date.
Yeah,
really.
and they will only they're saying that only will return construction on October 2021.
Oh gosh!
So it seems
that's a long time.
It seems that Tron is something for 2022.
Oh wow!
When did this happen? I never even heard about this. We didn't talk about it.
It's because we're experts of the Disney space thing.
That's true.
And we're supposed to.
We
read
kind
a
of
lot
know what we're
blogs
talking about.
I mean, why didn't you say anything to me about it?
Because I thought that you knew. But then let me tell you some other news. We had an amazing day today in Fort Wilderness, and when we had lunch and we went to the Bay Lake area because Jason needed to make usually what is an outstanding video with the surroundings. It was beautiful. I think it's going to be perfect video. And then Jason said to me, let's walk back to the parking lot area which is in the front of Fort Wilderness. So we went from the back walking to the front. And the idea was to take a look on the decorations, the Halloween decorations, and they were amazing. We saw many amazing things there. But there were two things that I have to tell you guys what happened there. First of all, Jason was totally freaked out about bears. He was walking around saying, I think I heard a bear.
He's not a big fan of bears, apparently. And I'm trying to mute.
Making all of this up. I'm so glad that you would like the presidential debate operator to have a mute button, Colin.
I'm trying to mute Jason because Carlos talks really loud and then it echoes.
I would implore you to use it liberally,
generously. Oh, look! Carlos can't talk anymore. That's unfortunate.
This is perfect. There were no bears. There were no threats of bears. We did see interesting, I would say, wildlife. We saw.
He's just going to talk loud enough that you can hear him through Jason's
do that.
mic.
We saw this cool little acorn arrangement.
That was the proof of that. We have Bigfoot in Disney areas because Bigfoot loves Disney, and he did acorn Mickey, and it was in the middle of the woods. It's something really strange, and so it's a proof of Bigfoot in Fort Wilderness.
Sure.
Yeah, finding Bigfoot.
We believe you, Carlos.
The really difficult thing for me to experience and to see was when he tried to mount one of the horses that were in the stables. and I mean, just because it has a saddle on it doesn't mean you should.
Doesn't mean it's meant to ride.
Right, and so they asked him politely, "Can you please get off of the? Can you please get off of Gus?"
and there was
And he kept saying, hit the button, hit the button. I didn't know what he meant. And then it turns out there's this button you hit and like this magical music plays. I kid you not. It actually happens. It's in the brand new stables. And he's
wait, really?
Do you want to talk about it? You want to talk about your?
Oh, that's the Calliope.
The Calliope.
The
Calliope.
Calliope.
I don't know what any of that means.
Calliope is that? Can you explain? How can you explain that?
Do you want me to explain it, or are you gonna?
Yeah, you go there.
I don't really know what it. No, it's like
he doesn't know what it is either.
You've seen it in like a circus train kind of thing. You've seen it in if you've seen Dumbo, you've seen a Calliope because it's like a well, this isn't like a train. This is like a imagine a carriage, like an elaborate carriage, horse-drawn carriage, but instead of it carrying people, it carries like a pipe organ, and it plays the same music the kind of music you would hear at a carousel, for example.
Yes.
And so it's
That's interesting.
It was really beautiful.
But
really cool.
But that one is pretty interesting and beautiful because that one actually is a original 1907 carriage that Walt Disney bought. I think he bought in Chicago and brought it to Disneyland. And in the 70s, they transferred from Disneyland to Walt Disney World. And it's storage now in the 3D circle range. It is beautiful.
I actually had no idea that was a thing, to be honest with you.
It is beautiful. And then you have
That's
a button
neat.
there that you press, and it plays the song.
Yeah, I've told you there's a button. Yep.
There's a button. That's what he was trying to get to the whole time.
Because that time I was trying to get into one to the ponies, but they don't let it.
And this poor little pony. I actually have video of this pony who was basically I kid you not, the pony's staring at he's like it was what were the names of the ponies? It was
Jimmy, Jiffy,
it's not Jimmy and Jiffy. No, it was, anyway, Benjamin.
That was the name of the car place when you drove by on the way.
Yeah,
way
one was named Benji, and one was named I can't remember. Anyway, so they were like standing there really still, thinking, and I know what they were thinking. They were thinking, if we just stand really still, he won't notice that we're
He'll
here.
go away.
Yeah.
I don't blame him.
Hit the button.
I don't blame him.
We had a good time. It was a beautiful day to be there. We had a little bit of sprinkling when we were visiting the new Tricircle Grand. What do they call it? It's still called Tricircle
D Ranch.
Tricircle D Ranch, but there's two. I mean, like there's like the stables you go to for riding, like as a guest, and then there's stables you go to also they were also riding. I think they were riding ponies there.
Yes,
they had a lot of the working horses there as well. So it was really, I don't know. We didn't ask a lot of questions because I was busy doing video. I'm going to go back and talk to cast members. Maybe we should do a lunch break there, and then we can go and talk to the cast members because they were willing to answer questions. They just didn't.
And that's nice. That's always fun too because they know so much about it because they deal with it so much from day to day.
Yeah,
and all the horses are pretty nice, calm. You can sit there taking care of the horses. It's a wonderful time there. It's really good.
Nice, very nice.
It was great. It was great. So and then the skies opened up. As soon as we left, the skies it was like we were waiting for us to leave. It was nice. It's good.
Hey, at least you didn't get us wet. That's a long walk to the car in the rain.
And there's a rhino.
Two more points of news here. Number one, this is my first time being in Fort Wilderness decorated for Halloween.
Mm-hmm. Really? Even I've seen.
I'm going to go back because it's
neat.
It's amazing, and there was this one spot that I would have sworn that Disney itself put this together. This one end spot, and no. It was. There were guests that were staying.
Yeah,
there
it's amazing. The guests always decorate. The same thing at Christmas too.
I mean, it's ginormous.
It's amazing.
I have some pictures of it, and also in the trading post, both of the trading posts, there's Christmas stuff.
Really, already?
Oh, right. As soon as you walk in, big Christmas display.
They know their audience. That's for sure.
Here we go. Here we go.
We are there already.
I know people, I will not say that it's my wife, but I know that they're getting
That's all right. She doesn't watch the show anyway, so we're good.
And getting ready to decor the whole home with Christmas in October. But that's I think in this year, I think we need something like that. I think we really need to bring Christmas earlier because
Could have waited a week.
Could have waited a few weeks. I mean,
I like Christmas.
not even Halloween yet. Like,
So
no,
I
and you
posted a
guys aren't.
picture.
I'm surprised you didn't ride the ponies. Sarah Danielle Collins did.
no,
so.
but I wrote the little one.
Dude, they have a scale next to. They have a scale.
Yeah.
I'm not. Do I have to?
Both
do
of
this
you
out
made it go.
here? Do you have to do this out here? Like, isn't there a little private room you go in and they?
Is there a big bell on top that says you're too big for the
I'm
pony?
afraid the music's gonna play or something. They have like Calliope music specific to like the weight that comes on.
It's like that scale you get on at the water parks when you have to get in like the 4-person raft to make sure you're not all too fat to get so that you don't go upside down on the funnel.
I thought we were never going to talk about that.
I never saw that.
Oh, you need to go to more water parks then, my friend.
No, it's been a while. Well, I went to water parks, but not actually. I went there with even with jeans. I went for just for pictures.
You were that guy. You were that guy.
He's talking about when we were there for WW Radio Meet of the Month.
Oh, okay. I'll forgive you. I'll forgive you.
I mean, I've gone to the beach at Alani and
Cheers
too. So,
well, that makes more sense because that's Rocky.
It's not all Rocky.
Well, sorta.
When you first said it's Rocky, I was like, "What does Rocky Balboa have to do with Alani?" Oh, well, thank you very much. Cheers.
Cheers, buddy.
You know, one thing we did fail to talk about is the order of the show tonight. I don't really know where we're going next, so we're just going to kind of go with the next one. So.
I'm gonna have my martini.
Do I get to say it tonight?
You're the captain. I'm having a beer.
You're the maestro. It's all good.
Oh, is somebody going to respond if I say it, so I'm not the loner over here?
Sure.
Now is the time?
Now is the best time.
Here we go. All right.
I hadn't heard that music.
New segment. So I'm gonna actually have to switch to the comments here. So I'm gonna have one of you guys go ahead and introduce what this new segment's gonna be for.
Okay, I can do that. The name explains itself. Ask us. The idea is for you to come up with any questions from to Jason, and to Collin, and they're ready to answer. But
they're already rolling in, so here we go.
Okay.
There's the first one. What are you guys drinking tonight? Why am I not surprised?
Oh. Well,
considering
if you listen to Accidentally Derivative,
oh,
accidentallyderivative.com, you would know what I'm drinking because the same thing I had last week at DALIA Lounge, which is it's Tanqueray 10 Martini, extra dry, of course, with blue cheese stuffed olives.
Oh my gosh.
Blue cheese.
And I'm
kind of nursing it.
I'm drinking a IPA, a High Life. That is a beer that they produce here in Tampa, really close by. Really hoppy and fruity is really good. A High Life from Tampa.
Hey, so that's a good one. That's a good question to start out with. And I'm gonna unmute Jason now because you're hearing Carlos twice, but we're trying to work around it.
It doesn't bother me. I worry about it.
For me, no, it freaks me out.
And if you guys are just joining us or if you're watching on the replay, be sure to go ahead and leave the comments. We'll try to come back and answer them throughout the week if we see them. We'll try to watch it as we do. And if you are just joining us, go ahead and throw in your questions on there. And if you have other things that you want to ask that are about from past shows, whoa, that sounded bad.
Wasn't me.
From past shows that may not relate to DALIA Lounge, or if you have any questions about Gran Destino Tower, we've all spent quite a bit of time there, so feel free.
And if you have questions about After Hours, about Jason, you can ask us.
And it can be anything. I'm not going to restrict these comments. I get to choose the ones that get shared. So.
Okay.
But yeah, in the grand scheme of things, one thing you guys can do for us right now, if you have a second, just go ahead and hit that like button or react to this video. I know there's actually a lot of them tonight, so hopefully we're doing something right. But thanks for joining us as always, and let's keep the questions rolling. Of course, I don't have any in the inbox right now, so we're gonna.
I'm gonna ask Collin a question.
Here we go.
Okay.
Which
That's not
is, what's not good?
It's never good.
It's fine. What Disney character do you most identify with?
Oh, that's a good question.
And feel free to mute me if you need to. I don't want him to freak out.
No, I'm okay.
You're doing all right. It's normally when Carlos talks really loud, it picks it up on your mic very slightly. Honestly, I don't have a good answer for that, which is surprising to me.
You better get one.
It probably would be. Oh gosh, I don't know. Well, I'm going to pass it off to Carlos. Carlos, do you have an immediate answer? I'll think about mine.
I would say it's difficult. I will not say Stitch.
See, I thought about that, and then it was like, I don't know if I want to be associated with that.
I would love to be Stitch, but I really don't know. Actually, it's hard.
It's harder than you'd think.
Yeah. I'm not Goofy.
This is a dumb one, but it's kind of funny. Mike Wazowski.
Makes sense. No, I love Mike. It does make sense.
I don't have a really good description of it, but it's just like, I don't know. I kind of fall into that role a lot of times. It's normally not the Sully role because I'm not scary. Have you met me? I'm not scary at all.
Lisa Mylan says, I see Collin as Peter Pan. I like that.
That's kind, I think.
Yeah, but sometimes
Peter Pan's my avatar for my my Disney.
Actually, I knew that because, well, never mind. I probably shouldn't share that. Disney may not be happy with us.
Now you have to share it because people are going to be all weirded out.
You're on my Disney experience, so I can see it.
Yeah, but you
can't explain why.
I'm a little bit of a Wally, I think.
That makes sense.
I'm kind of a Wally.
Wally doesn't talk much.
No, but it's
Mark Jones has a question.
Mark,
I cannot see the question.
What gear do we use to do after hours? Well, that varies actually quite exponentially between the three of us. But I'm going to kick it to Carlos because he's kind of the gear guy that kind of got it all started on the gear.
When I were doing the studio mode, I use a Sony A6300 as the main camera with a big Sigma lens that opens up and the lights. And I use two computers, but two screens to monitor the whole thing. Actually, and talking about monitors, we use additional software to have us being able to hear each other and to watch the show live. So we use a loopy deck, which is the loopy doopy.
We call it. It's so we can hear each other, basically.
I have no idea what it's called.
And broadcasting, we use Ecamm. That's what we use. No, not tonight. Not tonight. We're using Restream.
And Jason?
For my gear, so how about if I just tease this?
You can put a two-part answer in here, yeah.
So the gear that I use for after hours is pretty straightforward. It's not nearly as complicated as these guys. I have a Brio. I don't even know what version of the Brio is. The camera uses a Brio. Wow, I'll have to get back to you. And then I use my MacBook Pro. I have the same microphone that these guys have.
Yeah. Which I could read the model off here, but I don't remember what it is, to be honest with you.
Auditech.
It's pretty straightforward.
AT2020, I think is what it says on it. Yeah.
Now, tomorrow, on the lunch break, I'm going to be, in addition to watching some videos, I'm going to be going over the gear that I use to create the videos. So that's at 12 p.m. Eastern here with MagicLive.com.
Hey, a win-win. So I'll round it out here. So for most of the stuff that I use as far as video or photo, it's going to be a Sony A7 III. Right now, the one that's on currently is a Tamron 28-75 lens, 2.8. It is what I use mostly in the parks as well. Lighting is 2 lights on each corner, and then an extra lamp, which is actually IKEA, which is kind of funny because nobody believes me on that one. And then I run 2 monitors most of the time, and sometimes a second laptop.
Oh, there's one thing that I forgot that is pretty important for what we do. We're not using today, but we use regularly in our regular show. Is a Elgato Stream Deck, which is the
That's how Carlos makes this much simpler than what I'm
is
doing.
a hardware that I can change the different scenes. I establish the whole structure of the show, and then you press the buttons and it changes screens, and it's easier to do.
There you go. So we'll move on. There's a lot more questions rolling through here all of a sudden. So favorite snack at Dahlia Lounge? That's a good question because the menu has recently changed too, so I can't answer this.
We'll come back to that one. Let's
just pause. Zach, hold on to that.
As Marcus would say, put a pin in it.
Exactly. And there's a lot of people asking, what are you eating tonight? So I think we're going to kind of hold off on that one as well because you might get to see here soon.
Yep.
And there are some people just now joining us that are wondering where you guys are. So go ahead and repeat where you are tonight and what kind of our plan is.
We are at the beautiful Dahlia Lounge in the Gran Destino Tower at Coronado Springs Resort in Walt Disney World. And it is
highly underrated.
Well, I don't think for long, buddy.
That's true. It might change drastically.
And the new menu that they've introduced here it's incredible. It's incredible. The views are incredible. You have these wonderful.
It's a bigger menu too, isn't it?
Different. Maybe a little. I mean, I think it's pared down more. I think it's pared down a bit because of the times. But it's substantial. What I really like about this, which I can't really show you at night, is that there's an outdoor area with this wraparound balcony that also has some seating, standing and sitting, and you basically can see from the edge of Epcot all the way around through Hollywood Studios.
You can see
Galaxy's Edge is gorgeous here at night. And then you can see all the way to Everest. You can see Everest in Animal Kingdom.
Just fascinating to me, especially if you're in the tower rooms. It's an incredible view at night. If you turn off the lights in your room, cut the glare, it's a spectacular view. But there's even more coming through here. So next one is from Claire. It's which Disney movie do you think is overrated? That's a good question because I don't.
We did a top 5 with that.
We didn't do overrated.
Underrated. We didn't have overrated.
Overrated. Sorry.
Would it be mean to say Haunted Mansion?
Oh, that's not nice. That's not overrated. Nobody likes that movie but me.
What movie is overrated? Okay, I can tell you one that's going to be controversial this week in particular.
That's kind of where I'm at.
Ready? I think Black Hole's overrated.
See, I've never seen it, so I don't know.
I think Hocus Pocus is overrated.
Oh, yes.
See, I like Hocus Pocus, but it's just dated and it's nostalgia.
It's just,
which is fine. Movie.
That's the thing. That's the thing.
It's one of the best Halloween movies Disney put out.
I will bring a controversial one. I think Moana is overrated. I like the song, but we're going to have a fight.
I don't like.
Are you kidding me?
No, I think
that scene with the giant snail thing, or whatever it is.
Okay, other than Shiny, every movie has its huge moments.
I think Moana is overrated, bro.
Which one?
Moana.
I just can't. I can't even continue.
I didn't like Brave either, which is rare for me because I've always liked movies like that. I've watched it many times. It's just so quick with it. I'm going to move on to the next question. No, seriously, this is a good question. Mark Sheffield's asking us a piece of trivia for the three of us. Which Skyliner route out of the 3 is different? How is it different? I think he's looking for a specific answer here, and I have no idea.
Is this Stump the Chump?
Kind of by default.
Well, I feel like the Skyliner route is probably. I'm just guessing because I don't really know. But if I had to just kind of try to deduce it, it would be the one between Caribbean Beach and Hollywood Studios.
Yeah, I don't know
because it doesn't turn anywhere. It doesn't. There's no bendy part.
It also looks like a different. There's like a storage area for the pod things, for like the guns. That would be my guess too. I don't know.
I would say the one towards Pop Century and Art of Animation. because it goes over water, and I think that should be a different safety issue regarding that. For instance, if you need to rescue anybody there,
That's a good answer. I've not
Could
seen the
be.
actual answer come across yet, but I could have missed it.
What I have seen come across is the incredulity about you not liking Moana.
it's not that
there's a lot
it's
of
not I
that.
don't like. It's not that I don't like. I just say it's overrated.
Yes,
Oh,
Oh,
look
Excuse
here.
us for a
you brought
second.
something.
Yeah, let me show.
Screen so we can see here. Give me just a
Thank
moment.
you.
Meats and cheeses from Spain.
So how do I-
Directly imported. Hi, everyone. The one thing I like about this charcuterie board, you see those apricots? We put them we soak them in a strawberry cider from Spain. So that one's really good. This is our naked goat cheese. That is our 6-month aged manchego cheese. That is our Valdez blue cheese papa. You might have seen that before. We like that one's Serrano ham, as well as a lot of other nice variety of meats and cheeses. So enjoy it.
Thank you.
There you go. I feel like I should say thank you and nobody can hear me.
Thank you.
It took me a minute to find how to change it to just Carlos's camera, but I did it.
I couldn't know if it was framing right or not, but
No, it
So-
looked fine once I changed the screen. Yeah.
my friends, I just like to say it's not that I don't like Moana. I just think it's overrated.
He's backtracking. So that answers the question. A lot of people are joining in just now again and asking where you are. They're at DALIA Lounge at Gran Destino Tower.
Yes.
And at some point, you might get to see more of it if this runs till 10 o'clock, because I think they close at 10 o'clock.
I'm going to cut this in half.
They're gonna throw us out here, but no problem. We're gonna.
Jason,
Bon
Michelle's
appetit.
asking if that was the same waitress from
No,
Friday.
no.
Take half,
Uh,
not the whole thing.
okay, thank you. He just prepared us.
I'll cut it in half. He looks at me like the whole thing.
He's not even going to answer your question, Michelle. I'm a little
I
disappointed.
didn't hear the question. I'm sorry.
She asked if that's the same waitress you had.
No,
Friday.
no.
I
That's,
told you how often Jason eats there, though.
they just
I love
opened
it.
on Friday.
I know that. You've been waiting.
So did you eat it? So good. It's so good. Just
Yes,
talk
Lisa, they are at
amongst
Dahlia.
yourself.
I'm not surprised either.
We should do more of this. At least once a month.
So do you care to try to explain what you're eating? Because I don't think we caught much of that from the audio. And I'll try to switch it back so it's just Carlos's screen. There we go. So what do we have here? Jason, you're normally good at this. Try to explain.
I'm terrible with this because I don't remember the specific thing. I don't remember names of anything. You got cheese.
Well, I'm going to put you on the spot because it's
You have
fun.
meat. You have like jammy stuff. You
Yeah,
have meat. You have set salami. You have,
That's
pickles
big,
are really good.
jammy
the pickle is really good. But
Yeah,
it,
pickles are really good.
there's a Serrano.
What he said. Olives. These olives are actually
They're
really good.
amazing.
They're all Spanish olives.
And our apologies if this isn't framed perfectly because Carlos does have to use the front-facing camera on his phone, so he's kind of guessing as he goes.
Yes.
But you're doing well, Carlos.
What's important to know is the thing we just ate, which is blue cheese on it's like a fig jam.
Yeah. Fig. Oh,
It's the best thing ever. Like, it's the best thing you will ever taste on a lounge. Well, we'll talk about that later. Maybe it's not the best thing. It's just a really, 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 really good thing.
Nice.
So,
let me.
That blue cheese stuff is really good. The little, whatever those little wafer type deal is, like the bread with the fig and blue cheese. Those are very
Any
good.
Any question? An additional question for us? And I hope there's nothing regarding water.
I didn't catch it. I don't understand that comment, but there's a lot of people asking about that. Something was naked cheese, maybe. I don't
Naked
know.
cheese, nothing naked here.
I mean,
No, there's nothing naked.
Other than Jason,
what kind of show do you think this is?
That's it. They were asking him to leave. Is all you got to hear. No, so Now is the time?
Oh, are we finished?
No, is there any other questions?
That's the only question I have.
No, hold on. I'm looking at the chat. I'm going to look at the chat. I know I saw something else.
There were some
There's
questions
more
about
naked
where-
questions.
No,
Or naked
no
questions.
naked.
A lot of questions about why why we don't like Brave.
Oh, well, Michelle had asked earlier, when are we going to do it after hours together?
Oh, I don't. Well, actually, it should be. Depending on if you guys are in town, I don't know if we're doing one live that week, but I'll be in town Thanksgiving week, so possibly.
Yeah.
Should all be in one place at least one day that week. Maybe we can move the show that week so we can actually do one Thanksgiving week. And I'm throwing them on the spot for that. But maybe we can make that happen. We don't have a plan yet.
Love that.
Yeah, we don't have a plan yet. So we can probably work around it and make something happen. Maybe we can do a unique location.
Yes.
Yeah. And if
I
you
would
have
love that.
suggestions, throw those in here and we'll check them out.
And if one of us we've been thinking, we would have written down like the descriptions of all this food before.
Probably would have been a good idea.
Next time.
Have
Next
a menu.
No, but you don't have all you have. You have these. This is
Yes.
what you get. So you don't really. And I can't use my phone. So next time.
Zach
Just
Brown
have to come
asking about your
The
Magic
best
Band
pickles.
tan
The pickles here is amazing.
Pickles are really good. I'm sorry.
No,
Zach was asking what?
about your Magic Band tan line. How's that coming?
Oh, it's coming.
Slowly but surely.
It's
That's weak.
It's-
That's
Dude.
weak.
they didn't let me in the park a lot this summer.
Disappointed. Oh, here's our
Better than
response to
yours.
Mark. So I'm not going to put it on the screen because it covers a lot of the screen, but you guys will see it in the comments. It says Pop Century in the Hollywood Studios line. The bull wheel turning the wire turn counterclockwise, and you pass oncoming gondolas on the left. On the Epcot line, the bull wheel turns clockwise, and you pass oncoming gondolas on the right. As a side note, you cannot interchange gondolas between the Epcot line and the other two lines because the doors would be on the wrong side of the gondola.
Really?
Really?
So I was right.
Interesting.
No, I was right.
Sort of. But for all the wrong reasons.
No, it
I
was the
didn't have
Pop
any
Century.
reasons.
What,
Oh,
Carlos?
Pop Century, right.
Yes, I
So I
was
was wrong.
right, but for the wrong reason. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Thank you,
actually
Mark.
the Pop Century Station on this Skyline. I've made the corner to Hollywood Studios, but I've never gone to Pop Century.
Thank you, Mark. It's really good to know.
Zach's disappointed in your tan line.
This is why I shouldn't talk.
Ooh, there's
Stop telling people things.
Michelle's recommending a Thanksgiving show at Wilderness Lodge. That's a good idea. I like that idea.
You know what else is at Wilderness Lodge?
I don't know. Well, yes, I know, but I don't know. I don't know what Jason's thinking.
I'll tell you later.
I have a boathouse reservation that night, but it's early. It's like 4 p.m, so I should be able to do both.
How old are you?
2 for 1.
You're like the oldest young guy
Well, I
I've ever
couldn't
met.
get one later that night. It's a busy week at Disney World.
Let me see the salami.
I think.
Trish is asking when they're going to decorate for Christmas. So normally the answer to that would be the day after Halloween. A lot of it would go up, and then most of it would be up by Thanksgiving. People can add stuff as they go. Nobody really knows this year because it's been kind of light on the Halloween decor. So we don't really know how much is going to actually show up at the parks and when it's going to show up. I bet it's going to show up slower this year than in previous years.
Yeah.
I can tell you this. For at least 2 weeks, the Halloween where they kept the big building where they keep all the Halloween decorations, or most of the Halloween decorations. Not Halloween. Most of the Christmas decorations, holiday decorations. The Christmas stuff, the trees that they assemble, they've been out for about 2 weeks, getting ready.
So they are getting ready.
They're
That's a
getting
good
ready.
sign. That's a good
They're
sign.
getting ready. Every time I drive by, I'm like, not yet,
That's very true.
not yet.
He's been watching intently to see when they decorate. All right. Any last minute questions before we kind of jump the gun and move on to our next segment? Any last minute questions? Speak now or forever hold your peace.
Or until we do this again.
That's
Which we
true.
will.
It could be next week. Yeah.
So now is the time.
Now's
Now
the best time.
best time. Now I got to find the one we're going to.
Nobody's.
My phone doesn't die in the middle of this. That's the only place I have my list listed. So,
But I have to tell you one thing. Today, we were when we were working at Fort Wilderness.
Working.
We were walking.
Oh,
we walked close to the swimming pool, and there was something kind of a party there, and there was a music that was with drums, and I said,
that's
finally, that's our music. That's the top 5. I was ready to do that.
I got all excited because of the little kids' beach party that they do. Little kids, pool party that they do at every resort at 4 o'clock.
Does Carlos going to dance for us?
It's not top 5. It's top 3 now.
Yeah, we've adjusted.
Yeah,
we go along every single week.
We've improved it.
This week is not going to be any different at this rate.
They're going to kick us out here.
Yeah.
It's fine.
But hey, yeah, we can move on. And if you guys want to see it, maybe we can do a little short tour of the resort as cell reception holds up. We've got quite a few people joining us tonight, so it's good to see some new faces, some familiar faces. And if you are joining us for the first time, welcome in. I know some of you just now joined us all of a sudden, so it's good to see that. It's good to see you all. Thanks for being here, mainly and foremost. And if you want to see a tour of the resort at the end of the show, stick around. We might be able to make that happen. I'm going to put them on the spot. I don't even know if they're capable of it right now, but we're going to try it.
What are you doing, man? How long do you want this to go? Claire's got to go to bed at some point.
You got to wander around. You got to at least go in the lobby. Hopefully we don't lose you in the elevator, but hey, we're going to try it.
You never know.
I haven't lost in the elevator
before. We don't have our cards for the comment, and subscribe button. So if you are seeing this on YouTube, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. That does help us up tenfold. And if you want to get the bell on, that really helps us too. So you get notified, so you don't miss any things that we do.
Oh, there's one important thing. We're only 2 subscribers to get to the mark that we can change our URL. So if any of you did not subscribe the YouTube channel, please do that because
we get a custom link soon. It's a win, but it's a win.
Yeah. So
we appreciate all of that. Any support you can give us there is a huge thanks.
So let's go to our top 3.
Yeah, let's go right into it. Who wants to start?
Who's going first? No, I'm not starting.
We didn't tell them what we're supposed to do with the top 3. Which is the top 3?
You got to tell us. Oh, you want me to tell the?
Yeah.
Okay. So the subject of this week's top 3 is our top 3 lounges in Walt Disney World, and we all agreed that we couldn't use DALIA Lounge
because they were going to be in.
So, because it definitely would have been on the list,
if not the best.
And
it felt atmosphere and just overall enjoyment factor. It's fantastic.
It's amazing. It's quickly become one of my favorites. But this way, we didn't have to fight over it. Plus, we were able to get more on the list. So DALIA Lounge, of course, honorable mention up front.
At least just how many people we need to get our custom link. It is 100.
Yes, 100.
So we really appreciate that. There's a lot of comments about the elevators. one or 2 comments about the elevators in Gran Destino. They are very strange. Unique elevators, to say the least. But since we do know the topic, one, we want to see your in the comment section so that we can pull some of those if we need to have honorable mentions, because we have a list of honorable mentions to be completely upfront on this tonight. Jason had a list of 15, and now he's just now started to narrow it down. But I'm gonna force Jason to start. What's your number 3?
Why do now I'm trying to remember the order of them.
You don't even know the order of your list?
I don't know the order. I know what they were, but I don't remember the order. So I'm just going to go with the one that's in my head.
Equally ranked and move on.
Because it's hard to ordinarily rank them anyway, because they're all so good.
Yeah, once you get to 3, it's hard to rank at that point.
So I'm going to go with the one that I remember. And here we go. That's not good. There we are.
Yeah, I fixed it. We're good.
It's the Cape Town Lounge at G, which is, most people don't even know where this is. It's Cape Town Lounge is the bar that serves Chico, an Animal Kingdom Lodge, and in the Jumbo House, and it's downstairs. And most people, like I said, don't even know it's there because you would only know if you're going to eat dinner at Chico. And if you're going, if you come down the stairs by Victoria Falls, which is also a nice lounge, just put that in there. If you come down the stairs from Victoria Falls, and then you head to your right instead of your left. You went to left, you go to Boma. You go right, you go towards Jico, and you go into the Jico space. The lounge and the bar area is right there to your right. It's so good because number one, it's intimate. Number two, the bartenders there are fantastic, like some of the best on property. And number three, maybe most importantly, you can order off the full menu from Jico without a reservation. So,
that's nice.
Yeah, it's fantastic, and it's closed, and it makes me sad.
Oh, there's no timeline on that one reopening, is there? Because I know there is on a very, very select.
I would assume it would be the same as the timeline for Jumbo House opening again, and I don't know when that.
I don't remember
Off the top of
when
my head,
it
I don't remember.
changed it a couple times, unfortunately.
So that's my number three. I don't know if it was actually my number three, but it's my number three now.
Yeah, that's a great option. Carlos?
Well, my number three is so hard to pronounce, but it is actually there was a little bit discussion if it's a bar or it's a lounge or both, but it's the Abracadabra Bar in Disney's Boardwalk, because suddenly I stopped to hear the echo.
You did, Jason.
Yeah, but then it is in Disney Boardwalk, and one thing is that I like that bar, the lounge. I like the decor. It's a little bit dark, classic. But there's a good thing about that place that I would like to mention that I don't know if everybody is aware, but it's one of the places in Walt Disney World that you have a connection with the Society of Adventurers and Explorers, because tells the tale and tells the legend that all the musicians that were in that bar disappeared once. And if you go through the books that you have in one of the walls on the corners, you can find one book that is for the Society of Adventurers and Explorers. And I don't know if you guys follow that, but I really like that, the whole thing, the whole connection of different places in all the Disney universe with that society and all the things that you have behind that. So it's that's why I like to bring that as my number three, Abracadabra Bar in Disney's Boardwalk.
And that's a good one, and I will finally unmute Jason. But I don't know why Jason's echoes, but Carlos's doesn't, which is kind of weird. It's true. But we hear the background on yours substantially more than Carlos.
Well, it may have to do with me not. I didn't wash my mic this week.
Wash your
like some people did.
My mic, I forgot in my shorts today, and then I went to laundered it. That place is clean.
It sounds better than Jason's.
Yeah. That's a secret.
You got to wash it at least once. That is not a recommendation per this show.
No, don't do that.
It's not recommended. But yeah, there's a lot of people actually agreeing with Carlos, which surprises me a little bit because that is not a place that would have come to mind for me. But it is a unique setup. I wish Disney would think a little bit differently with it. Actually had some like magicians there, but
like Chris Shepard.
Yeah, Chris Shepard.
I like them walking around and being part of the story as you kind of interact. It'd be such a neat environment. I think it'd be easier to fill too. But no, it's a very nice space, especially right next to Flying Fish there.
Oh, Flying Fish.
Oh,
I miss Flying Fish.
No, the Tomahawk. I miss the Tomahawk.
Why did you have to bring that up?
Yeah.
All right, Collin.
And then the pork belly too. The pork belly is amazing.
Just stop.
Jason's hungry and he's eating.
I need you to cut to you, Collin, so I can eat. There we go.
You can eat on screen. Stopped you before. Yeah, mine is actually a little bit different than what you guys may think from me. But if you know how much I enjoy French Quarter, Disney's French Quarter Resort at that point, and Riverside for that matter. But as one of my favorite moderates, I have to include Scat Cats and Club on this. It's kind of a mix between a lounge and a restaurant. But if you've been over there, you know you can get beignets at night, which is excellent. And if you can do that, it's always going to be high on my list. I've honestly not eaten much of the food there, but I will say the atmosphere is something I've enjoyed many times. And if you stayed at that resort, you know that atmosphere. They've got live music a lot of nights. Right now, it's not open, unfortunately. The whole resort's still closed. but it is one of the most inviting areas because it does overflow into the lobby space. It's a little upscale, but you can also kind of enjoy it. Just kind of sit around there sometimes throughout the day, and it's not near as crowded as some of the other places on property, especially because of the nature of that resort. It's very quiet. It's a little more compact, and there's not quite as many guests there as you might find at like Caribbean Beach or something like that. But it's a wonderful atmosphere. Great place for desserts if you're looking for dessert on property, kind of late at night when you get back from the parks. But overall, it's one of my favorite places. I got to figure out how to get us all back. There we are.
Whoa! I miss you, my buddy.
Henry, help with your next bite. We might have to cut back out here.
So is Jason second now?
And I got to tell you, I don't think we're going to get kicked up because it's 9:50.
And people started to show
This
up.
place is just starting.
Yep.
That's a good sign, though, for you all.
I'm just gonna start dancing in pretty in 10 minutes.
No,
Players
first the
just
pony. Now the bartender's going to say, "Get off the bar, sir."
Yeah.
So you want my number 2?
Yep. I'm
Sure.
anxious. I'm anxious.
I'm pretty sure this is my.
He doesn't remember.
Yeah,
So many
that's
on
why.
my list. I'm just going to start saying things. I know this is at the top, so I'm going to say. You ready? I don't think I'm taking anybody's by saying this.
You might be, but that's okay.
Really?
Yeah, go ahead and do it. Carlos might hate you. I won't.
I'm ready to jump right.
I don't think it's really
He might
true.
follow you
Scared
right
me.
there.
Territory Lounge at the Wilderness Lodge.
You're okay.
You did.
Number 1, it's like a place I feel like at home. Number 1. Number 2, it's typically like relatively quiet, so it's kind of a subdued. You need to mute him. Now I can hear myself. It's like this subdued location where it's like not rowdy, but they usually have a game on. The menu is fantastic, and usually, even though it may not appear, it's one of the best lounge menus on property.
Nice.
But
I've spent a lot of time at Wilderness Lodge, and I've never been in there beyond just to look and take a picture. I've never sat down in there.
sometimes, if you ask nicely, you can order something off the menu from. I almost said Artist Point, not Artist Point.
Sad enough.
Don't cry, though.
Yeah.
I mean, it's okay.
Carlos used to love artists.
I love that place.
You can order menu items off of Storytellers.
Oh my
And
gosh.
it's great place to like hang out late. If you're at the resort, if you're staying at the resort, just hang out there late. Great place to wind down. Like if you come back from the Magic Kingdom, you unload off at the dock, you walk up that little bit of hill, see the gorgeous sight of that beautiful lodge lit up at night. Colin, you know what I'm talking about because you've also pictures for this.
It's amazing.
And then you go inside to your right, and it's right there. You're like, I don't need to go to bed yet. I'm going to go to Territory Lounge.
Yep.
Have a nightcap.
It is a perfect spot if you're staying
It
at
is
the
a
resort.
nice spot.
It's kind of quiet too.
It's really
It's
lovely.
a nice spot.
It's really lovely. And it's always warm. It's like if it's cold outside, it's always warm. And if it's raining, it's always dry. And if it's hot, it's air conditioned. So it's kind of perfect that way too.
And I've got to throw this in here. So you guys didn't catch it earlier. Claire was asking, did Trader Sam's count on any of our lists? I know it's not on my list.
Did Trader Sam's count?
Yeah, as a lounge.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I didn't put it on my list. I don't know if
It
it's
was-
on any of our lists, is it?
I
Well,
don't
here-
think so.
I didn't
Which is
put it,
surprising.
here's the thing. I didn't put it on my list because this was my personal favorite list. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It is
It
a
is-
15 options. Yeah.
It was a long list. But here's the thing. It was it is a lounge that is fantastically themed. It's a lot of fun. I mean, it's a blast. And if you're
Mhm.
staying at the Poly, you have to go there at least one night or every night. Like
It's
Michelle and I
really
did.
unique, for sure.
We went. Michelle and I insisted on going every night because we justified it by buying a drink that you got the souvenir. You got one of the souvenir mugs, and so we had to get each one. And I gifted them to my mom, so that was a nice thing to do. But we had to go
That
every
was
night
nice.
to do that. Anyway, it doesn't hit my top 3 or even my top 5, simply because it's not a lounge that I can just go to like on a whim. And I think that's important for me. Like a lounge is someplace you go to, relax and hang out with friends and have some really good food and some nice drinks and talk to the bartender. But you go there for this experience when you need the experience, and you can't just count on being able to get into Trader Sam's because it's such a small space and it's so popular that you just can't always go.
True.
And then yes, you can always go around the corner.
Very small compared to anything on our list, really. I mean, just look behind you, like now. There's so
let's
many
talk
more
about
seats.
it. You can always go around to the grotto, right? You can always go upstairs to Tambu.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to get it right at Tambu. We're going to get the ribs.
I think I've only been to Tambu maybe twice.
We need to fix that. We need to fix that.
I don't spend much time in line. We were discussing that yesterday. I normally just go to the restaurant. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, and then of course there's the pool bar. It's there's a lot of good options at Poly. None of them made my top 3. So say what you will, but that's your answer.
There you go. So it moves on to Carlos's number 2, I believe. Is that who we're on? Oh, I got
he's muted.
Carlos.
It was so nice. I'll mute mine.
But my second option, actually, it is a lounge that when it first started, I was not a big fan because I used to think that there was a disconnection of theming because it's theme on a movie, but it's in a hotel with a different setting. So my first reaction, I didn't like it. But then when I went for the first time, I really realized how nice they did the theming. And then I'm talking about the Enchanted Lounge. It is at the Grand Floridian. I love the whole theming. Basically, we're talking about 3 different rooms because you have 2 internal rooms and the external balcony. The last time we went there, actually, I went with Jason during the October 1st a live marathon, and we went to have actually a drink in the outside balcony, and it was amazing. It was great. I like the space. Actually, we ran into Mark there. Oh, we did. Yes, we did. We run into Mark Sheffield there. It was a nice seeing him there, and it was. I like the lounge. I like the whole service, and it grew on me. In the start, I was a little bit critical, but it's one of my favorite now. It is. I always recommend to anyone that visited the Grand Floridian. I always recommend time, and during that time, to spend a little bit of that time in the Enchanted Lounge.
Interesting.
Got to come back. Claire asks, don't you think there should be a lounge in the Tower of Terror? Yes.
It would be awesome. It would be incredible. Usually they put it on like the patio out front. Could you imagine how cool that would be?
They could pay for not stopping the Tron construction by opening up a lounge in the Tower of Terror.
I like that idea.
Anyway, Enchanted Rose.
If only they let us decide.
Enchanted Rose would have been on my list. It's one of the ones we almost fisticuffed over, but I'm a nice guy.
That's true.
And I thought, I'd throw him a bone every once in a while.
All right, so does it go to me at this point?
It goes to you.
Yes, go to you.
Mine is a little bit more mainstream now, and this is probably the most sought after one that I have on my list. And it's in Galaxy's Edge, and it's Oga's Canteen. And the food is limited, so be aware of that when you're going, but the experience is spectacular, especially if you're a Star Wars fan. It's something you've always kind of wanted to step into and be a part of and explore more than you do potentially eat. And when you're there, especially later on at night, it's a very, very unique experience. I know Jason and I have at least closed it down once, and that's something you should do if you're a fan of Star Wars, because there are some extra kind of hidden gems in there if you do close it down at night. And you can stay substantially after close.
And I bet it's a fun night when you have company. I only
True.
went there. I only did that alone, but no problem. You guys probably have a wonderful time there.
We'll have to go back. That was before we had started all this, and maybe we should go live there from some time if the service holds up enough. That would be a blast.
It would have to be a 40 minutes
It'd have
in
to
there?
be 40 to 45 minutes, or we'd have to explore Galaxy's Edge the rest of the time. They will kick us out.
And if we shut it, if we shut it down, they escort us off planet too.
That'd be cool to share too, if they'd let us. But we'd have to sashay out of the park very gingerly. But no,
How
it
do you
is
sashay. Exactly.
I don't know, it's kind of like a little slow dance. I don't know what to say. Like, no, it is a great experience. If you've not done it, you should try it. I know a lot of people are critical of it because there's not much food on the menu, but it's not designed for that. It's designed to be more of just kind of enjoy it for your timeline that you're allocated. Enjoy the time you have, and then explore the rest of the land.
And you have that interaction of the music with the performance of the cast members. They have the
everybody has a story. Yeah. It's a wonderful place, and if you're into like the droid type things, you can't miss the droid in there. It's really cool. I believe it's DJ Rexa. Is that what it's called?
DJ Rex.
Rex.
DJ
Okay,
Rex.
yeah.
I know you guys don't like ride the attractions or anything, but he used to be on Star Tours. There's this whole connection.
Oh, I didn't know that. I've only ridden Star Tours once, to be honest with you. It did not go well.
Painful sometimes. It's painful sometimes.
I got dizzy and nauseous only thinking about that.
Zach, to answer your question, this is worse than dealing with the Mad Hatter thing.
That's not nice. I feel like there's a meme inside joke there. Just the brunt of said joke.
I'm paying attention to the comment. I'm trying to pay attention to the comments.
But you know, Collin, and you're right, because Olga sets a different standard. I think it is a bar, a lounge, but it's an amazing experience. So in terms of experience, it is. I think Star Wars Galaxy's Edge bring that to us here.
You very much feel like you've left a theme park. It feels like you're in a different space, and it almost feels like, this is gonna sound stupid, but it almost feels like heavy, like you've changed like location, like physically, like you're in another world type of thing. I guess that's what they're trying to portray, but it's very, very unique.
And even when you go along,
gravity changes.
Maybe, you never know. No, that's not what I meant. Somebody's gonna back me up in the comments if that's not what I meant. They knew that's not what I meant. I'm gonna mute an excuse. You're gone, vanished. See, I can kick you out entirely if I want to.
You can. It's like the debates. And thank you for those of you who chose to be here, seeing us fight.
Exactly. So, no, but I hope you are enjoying it. I know a lot of people have just joined us, which is kind of neat. That doesn't really happen for us. It's kind of a jumping around, so that's really neat. But yeah, thanks for joining us. If you are watching on the replay, just wanted to follow up and say thanks for being here. We appreciate that. And we don't always take the time to recognize that. We do have some people that come from overseas and things like that don't always get to watch us live. If you do get to join us live, we highly welcome you to join us in the comments. But thanks for watching no matter where or how you watch.
I want to be clear that I'm like responsibly muting my mic when there's loud noises and things like that.
Carlos doesn't care. I'm trying.
I don't have the option. I cannot see even the comments.
I'm trying.
This is so much fun. He's like, Collin's doing a great job. Don't you guys think Collin's doing a great job?
Yes, he's doing an amazing job.
Give us a thumbs up. Give us a thumbs up. Give us a like if you think Collin's doing a great job.
There won't be any that come across.
And Carlos, who I know also thinks that Collin's doing a great job, he's just so anxious about like it's like a fish out of water in terms of this thing.
He doesn't know what to do when he's not touching the buttons.
I mean, well,
let me have my bottom.
He isn't eating enough food for one. That's the problem. You're going to take all of this home.
What I'm missing is the comments. I cannot see the comments.
I can see the comments. What would you like to know?
There's plenty of comments tonight. It's just a struggle to get them on screen because I have to switch screens to see them.
Ben says maybe the gravity should change in the new Epcot restaurant. I think that would be cool. pretty cool.
Room.
They make you put on like
But you know the problem is the gravity would change probably in your stomach too, and it's not going to be.
It would all come right back upside down.
Yes. So let's.
Whose turn it? I don't remember whose turn it is.
It's not me. I just went, so it's back to you.
Yeah, your first one.
My number one.
Carlos, did you say your second one?
I did my second one.
What was your third?
Yes.
Okay, Enchanted Rose, right.
Yeah. So we're on to change.
How many are we out of 13?
No.
Okay. So my number one, and just because he's going to throw me under the bus if I don't tell the story.
Yes.
When we're
Probably.
when we're going through the list, I had this long list, and I had narrowed it down to like 9, and I was trying to get some help from people, members of the Here with the Magic Cafe. Thank you so much for your help. And I was like kind of like, I feel like I'm forgetting something. I feel like I'm forgetting. And Collin Kendall so generously says, "What about the wave?" I'm like, dude,
Welcome.
like, it was embarrassing. It felt like I'd forgotten a child. It
Like
was,
Jason
it was
away from
horrible.
home.
It's like, are you? Yeah, I like that you pulled away when
Speaking
you
of
was
Jason,
cleaning your his camera. So anyway, wave is number one. Wave's number one, and it's not because it has the most like unique feeling. It's not because it has the best theming. It's not because it's. I know that's like it's because number one, it's super reliable. Like it's you can always get a spot in there. If you can't sit at the bar because it's too crowded, because of course they're keeping people spaced apart, you can always sit in the lounge somewhere. There's the bar area, and then there's 2 separate lounge spaces. I think because we don't have pictures here tonight, we should post them maybe tomorrow or over the weekend on the After Hours Facebook page. We'll post pictures of these various lounges, plus the honorable mentions that we won't get to, plus everybody else's favorites. But also, there's this space. You have the bar space, but then you have these separate lounge spaces, like they're like little alcoves with cool lighting, really cool acoustics. It's open really late. Like it may be the latest actually. I don't know right now, but during normal times, these are not normal times, but during normal times, it's open, I believe, until midnight. And that's pretty late. And I know they do stop serving food, I believe, at 10 o'clock. Or at least they have they go from a limited menu to a really limited menu. But it's open late, number one. Also, the food. Like
The food is amazing.
the lounge menu.
Speaking of food,
I am being completely honest here. I love the Wave. You guys know I love the Wave. I've eaten at the Wave since we moved to Walt Disney World in December of 2018. I've eaten at the Wave more than any other restaurant on Disney property. More than any other restaurant in Orlando.
Just surprising.
Okay. But it's not, because the food's so good. Now, and Collin, you and I have had a great meal there. And the lunch is fantastic. The lunch, if you go to the Wave looking for great food, go at lunch. It's because you have the most variety in terms of the various menus. If you go to the lounge, like in the evening, the lounge menu is better than the dinner menu in the Wave.
Wow. I don't think I knew that.
And if you do go to dinner, the best things are on the lounge menu. And if you go to dinner at the Wave, be sure to look in the app, because they can't hide it from you now. It's not like it's okay that they don't bring you the piece of paper, because it's in the app. So look in the app under the lounge menu if you're at dinner at the Wave, and you'll see things like bacon and eggs.
Wow.
Those things are.
You have to order bacon and eggs, bacon and eggs is.
It is amazing.
It's like 2 slices of pork belly. These poached eggs, all sitting on a bed of, I think it's grits, right? It's good.
Mm-hmm.
It's good.
Really?
It's grits. Yes. You don't even know. Who knows? It could be ambrosia.
It could.
We don't know. It could be nectar of the gods. It's that good. And
It's
then
just wonderful.
you get the bao. And Lisa did at the Glassner, the casserole, one, taught me that you don't say bao buns, because that's like saying buns, apparently. So you just say bao. Although they won't know what you're talking about if you say this. You have to say bao buns in the restaurant. But anyway, it's more pork and this delicious.
Yes.
It's delicious, like folded bread. Like, and if you know what bao is, you know what I'm talking about in terms of the texture of the bread and the sweetness, and it's so good. Anyway, the Wave Lounge, because of the location, it's closest to my house. because of the hours.
And it is in the contemporary, because that was one of the questions.
Yes, Elena is asking.
But the location is also important because you can walk there from the Magic Kingdom. So even if you're not staying at the contemporary, you could take a little break from the Magic Kingdom, walk over to the contemporary, have a bite and a drink in the lounge, walk back to the Magic Kingdom. It's great. It's a great spot.
Mark Sheffield's disappointed in us that California Grill's not on our list.
So, Mark, here's the thing about California Grill. I don't go there. So it can't possibly be in my top 3 if I don't go there. If I
Maybe
had somebody
you should go there.
If I had somebody to go with to California Grill Lounge, I would do these things. And maybe it'll make the list next year. Because I think we're going to have to update the list next year.
But the
or
wave
next
is great.
month. That's how this works normally.
The wave, I think the wave is great, and the wave is nice. But I couldn't pick up that option because Jason will kill me. And Jason is he really likes that place. And I went there actually October 1st. We went there, and he's right. The bacon and eggs is something because when he first said to me bacon and eggs, I said what? And that is great. It's great. So let me go to my first one. And my first one actually is one of I already mentioned here, and I will mention again. And it's inside a park is in Disney's Animal Kingdom is the Nomad Lounge, and I think in terms of lounges is probably the best one for me. The food is great. The food is amazing. I know that they changed the menu now, and that's why I'm trying to not to go to the Nomad Lounge just to. Because the previous or the past experience was so good there, but it's amazing. It is great, and it doesn't matter if you can sit outside. The area outside is beautiful, but even inside is great. A good selection of drinks there, but mainly for the food. The food it is great, and I love Tiffins. I used to love Tiffins, but Nomad Lounge start even to shadow Tiffins for me because it's great. So
Nomad Lounge's food is not that great right now. I'm just gonna put it out there.
And they shortened their menu substantially, didn't they?
They did, and it's not right. It's not because they have bad food. It's because it's super limited. Like the only burger is a plant-based burger, which for some of you I know it's great, but it's not the burger. I mean, it's not the same as the one that was there. And the ribs are also off. They had ribs there before they're gone. He's my.
Sorry.
They're the best bibs. They have the best bibs. I think he said they have the best bibs. I don't remember ever getting a bib, but that's okay. Here's like I said, if it's raining. So I don't mean like the horizontal rain that we get here sometimes like today, but I mean if there's normal rain.
Just a little bit of rain, not a washout.
You sit outside. Because there's nothing better than sitting on one of those couches at the Nomad Lounge and listening to the music. You can hear the music. It's like the music sort of drifts in from the Pandora area, but it also kind of drifts in from Discovery Island. And then you sit there. You kind of feel the breeze, the rain coming down. It's relaxing. The river's there. It's just so peaceful. And the drinks help. Also, inside, it's not a bad place if you have to camp out for like an hour or two and maybe get a call done or something. It's not a bad place to sit and camp out when it's not a busy period.
So there's a great question in the comments, and Doreen Tuzza I'm sorry if I just butchered your name, asking if are all of these lounges adult only, and no, that's not the case. And the vast majority of them, actually, I don't think, if not all of them, I think kids are welcome. Yeah.
No, they're not. They're not adults only.
I mean, I would encourage you to not bring your kids to some of these lounges.
Yeah, it depends on which one. Like,
I would say, don't bring your kids to Enchanted Rose. Don't bring your kids to California Grill Lounge.
Probably not the best.
Don't bring.
I mean, it's doable.
Kids, wait. You know what? Kids are not allowed in Trader Sam's.
Yeah, that is age restricted. Yeah,
I
think it's 18 though, isn't it? I think it's 18.
Yeah. Dahlia, I've never seen any kids in here, but it seems like it would be fine.
I know I've seen kids on the other side, but I haven't seen many in Dahlia.
Territory Lounge, absolutely bring kids to Territory Lounge.
Oh, sorry, that's me.
That's okay.
That's
and
Jason.
I would say also the Wave. I've never seen any kind of restrictions in terms of signs there, but I also don't know that I've ever seen any kids in the lounge area. But in terms of actually outright restrictions, the only place that I have ever seen like a sign is a Trader Sam's.
That's a fair point. A very fair.
Yeah,
point.
Michelle says I was just going to say Santa Rose allows kids. We've taken a few. I'm just saying, okay, if you have well-behaved kids, like have at it. But I'm saying, like in terms of they're gonna get bored.
Yeah, it's likely. Yeah,
you know they're gonna. I mean, if you go with kids to Enchanted Rose, the best place to sit would be outside on the.
Michelle makes a good point too. The kids can't sit at the bar; they can sit at the table. So
that's right.
So that's definitely worth mentioning.
But I've seen things getting broken by adults.
Oh, that doesn't surprise me.
In one of the rooms, so there's like fragile stuff around. Just saying. I'm making you stay on me if you want. You can stay on me.
Sorry, I was just reading the comments and got a little distracted.
So Mark would agree with me and saying, please make other choices with your children if you're going to California Grill. Now, we've taken our kids, our teenage boys to California Grill for dinner.
Yeah, and that's very different too.
Fine.
Once they get a certain age, they're fine.
They do sequester you in this one area of the restaurant.
Do they really? I've never noticed that.
It's unofficial, but I've
you got sent to the kids' table?
We kind of discovered it when one of our friends, we had posted pictures from the night before, and then one of our friends texted me and said, "Oh, I see you're at the same table that we were at." And I was like, "Seriously?" And he sent me a picture.
They did that on purpose.
We had like the same age boys, and we got sat at the table with the kids.
They're cognizant of it. Well, I guess that goes to me as number one, isn't it? Or is it Carlos now? Carlos already said his number one, right?
Yes, just
right. Well, I don't know if mine even counts, to be honest. They said I could do it, but hey, I'm going to throw it out there. Yeah, mine's Geyser Point, and they gave that one to me because I'm kind of obsessed with Wilderness Lodge, as you all know too well. It's more like a grill than it is per se a lounge, but it is kind of a lounge atmosphere. It depends on the time of day, really, because they have the quick service window too, so you have kind of a mixed bag out there. But I am going to count it as a lounge, and it's one of the most spectacular ones on Disney property, in my opinion. And Jason's just eating his what is it, olives with blue cheese, you said? Yeah. But no, it is one of my all-time favorites. Is obviously Geyser Point. If you've not made the journey over there, it is worth the boat ride from Magic Kingdom. If you're in the park and you just need someplace to eat, it's worth a good 20-minute journey over there. It's probably not even that long, but you don't have to have a reservation. You can just show up. You can enjoy a meal. Their bison burger is spectacular. I know Jason loves some of the drinks that they have there, and one of the bartenders is one of your favorite on property, I believe, right? You can elaborate.
One of the
if you
bartenders there, I wouldn't say she's my favorite bartender, but she's from Baltimore.
And for those that don't know, Jason is from Baltimore.
Right. So I just like have a thing for people.
Not just a weird thing about people from Baltimore.
I'm married to a girl from Baltimore. So. But anyway, I'm not here to talk about Baltimore. She happens to make this bartender, not Michelle. This bartender happens to make one of the best Bloody Marys you'll ever have, and the secret was that she keeps a stash of Old Bay seasoning under the bar, and that's not what's called for in the recipe. So if you have another bartender, you have to. She's told me this, like you just have them stay use my stash is what she literally says. I want to go use my stash for the Bloody Mary.
Oh, and people are saying Trader Sam's apparently no kids after 8, but before that you can, which is nice when they first open at 4. So if they want to experience the atmosphere without necessarily the crowd, that's a good
point, because I think we have in Trader Sam's in Disneyland, we have
which I saw, but I didn't go in. Unfortunately,
we have taken our kids into early, but it was like in the late afternoon.
Yeah, which is a great option.
But Geyser Point.
Geyser Point, it's wonderful. Yeah, I don't even know what else to say. I mean, you've got the perfect views, you've got the perfect atmosphere, the food's incredible. They have some of the best waffle fries you'll ever eat. It's just a great atmosphere, and it's maybe a 15-minute boat ride from Magic Kingdom.
Yep.
I mean, what else can you say? It's just one of those spectacular little hidden gems, and I almost hate to share it because it's never like overly crowded. So, but it's great.
It can get very busy during normal times.
That's true. Busy. At dinner time, it can get kind of busy.
But here, you want the secret move?
Of course, I probably already know it, but
the secret move is this: there's tables that are out. Well, Collin sat out there and had food out there. There's tables that are, there's like couches and tables out by the water side that are not undercover, so they don't look like they're part of the restaurant because they're not really part of the restaurant. Mm-hmm. And during the day, they're open. They're just open seating. In the evening, during the dinner service at Geyser Point, those tables are reserved for dining. And they are hard to come by because, man, people camp out there.
Okay. I didn't even know those were actually reserved seating.
Yeah, they're reserved. They're only reserved in the evening during dining.
Yeah, only when they actually have a wait or stuff like that.
So here's the deal. If you want one of those seats for dinner, you arrive a little before dinner starts. You
before
don't
they
check
block
in.
it off?
You don't check in.
You just go.
You just
steal
go
it.
Sit there. And then what will happen is somebody will come around, a cast member will come around and they'll say, just to let you know, these seats become reserved for dinner service, blah, blah, blah. And then you say, I would like to order dinner.
I'll eat now.
And then they'll bring you menus.
There you go. There's your hidden gem tip for the day.
I don't think it's cheating because like a cast member kind of introduced me to it to begin with.
And I know Jason at least had a ton of honorable mentions. Do we want to go ahead and take the time to do that? Because I know we do have one more thing that we want to. Well, actually, a couple more things that we want to share.
I think what we would do is, I think we post the honorable mentions in the Facebook page.
Yeah, I think we could mention what we have next because we'll be connected to that.
That's very true. So here we go. So there we go. New segment of sorts, kind of a continuation segment.
I love that.
That's like
song.
that music should play every time I'm eating.
And
that's a fun song. Wait, when you're eating? Why when you're eating?
Here, when I'm eating here, like the music shows, because it was like having a little party. Like,
let us try to explain what is the Hall of Fame, but it's something that is keep evolving. I think even evolved during the show now. But the idea is that probably. Tomorrow, you will see in our Facebook group the list of the lounges. And what we want to do is that after our top 3 or our top 5 or our top, we're going to have the option for you to choose to pick the best one of the options that we brought. And so the idea now is that for this week, we're going to put the options of the best lounges, the lounges that we brought. You can even try to mention a new one. Okay, and then we're gonna elect the one with much more mentions or votes, and that particular option will be in our Hall of Fame. And after 4 or 5 Hall of Fames for different categories, we're gonna actually make them compete against each other. So we're gonna have what we call the Hall of Fame of the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, so it's going to be a growing list each week is kind of our goal, and almost a ranking of lists. But what do we need them to do to make this list happen, Carlos?
Actually, we will need to make a post, and they will need to go to our Facebook page and to vote and to mention anything that they want to mention there. If it's not an option that we have in our list, please put that on the comments, and we're gonna count. If there are repeats mentions of the other option, we're gonna count as votes.
So you all are the judge. So especially tonight, I know there are a lot of honorable mentions on our list, and I'm sure I saw a lot of them come through on the comments to some of your favorites, and especially La Cava del Tequila. A lot of people were really looking for that one. That one was on our honorable mentions list, and there's so many others on here. So, Carlos, do we want to post that in the group, or do we want to post that on the page, or all of the above? And what was that noise?
I was like half expecting the Mexican hat dance delay chime, and I was like, oh, we can't do that tonight.
We can't do that tonight.
No, we're gonna.
I wish I could, but
are we gonna have to try to do that tomorrow? And tomorrow.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the Mexican hat dance.
I don't know what he's talking about.
No, I'm talking about the posting.
Yes. It's probably best to do that tomorrow, and then you guys can jump in on the Facebook group or on the Facebook page. Check both just to make sure we don't post. We'll probably post it in both if I had to guess. But if you're not a member of the group, go ahead and join there so we can do some of these things in the future and have your input shared there, or even your photos. If you have a favorite spot at one of these lounges or a particular thing that you go back to every single year, share that story with us in our group, and we welcome you to join us there.
Good.
Yeah. So I'm going to ask Carlos. I'm going to put him on the spot here.
Oh my God.
Because he's done it twice already. But there are comments asking about where we are and like what potentially would be your favorite thing about that particular lounge. So let me go ahead and cut to Carlos's camera itself, if I can find the right page.
And I will show.
Yeah, so he can show kind of on a full screen basis what you've got and what you're working with here. And they can't walk around, unfortunately, because of the mask situation. But
I can walk around. Let's do that. And what? Oh yes,
throw a mask on real quick so we don't offend anybody.
Yes. Let me try to do that.
There we go. We're looking at the ceiling a little bit, but we're good. We're good. Look, there's Jason.
So what I really like here is actually the ceiling. The ceiling of this lounge is amazing. The light features that they have here is great, and the whole ambience. And then I will try to show outside, because the whole thing outside with the view.
It's spectacular. Look, you can see me in the glass. That didn't work, Carlos.
Okay.
Unfortunately.
It's not working. Okay. But it's amazing.
Just go outside.
Yeah, just walk outside. There's a door to your right.
Yeah, I'll go outside to show.
I'm just going to sit here and eat while you guys do.
I'm going to be the voice of the people here.
Yeah.
I'm really enjoying this food.
And we can still hear Jason, which is kind of terrifying.
I told you how good this food is. He's gone, so it's all mine.
So I don't know. Well, guide me, Collin. I'm pointing.
I got to find the right. Wait, hold on. There we go. So straight across. See, it's a little bit grainy, but you can still at least kind of get a feel from it. Straight across is typically going to be Hollywood Studios.
Yes,
I think he's pointed a little to the left, so you might be catching part of Epcot. But it's a spectacular view. It's kind of hard to see from a phone camera because you do have to use the forward-facing camera. But as you can also see, we are very high up. I believe this is the 16th floor, Carlos. Is that right?
Yes, the 16th floor.
So your 16th floor, and it's kind of a panoramic view. So it's a really spectacular view. As you can tell, the parking lot's about near empty right now.
So, Collin,
go ahead, Jason.
So my mother made this comment. I think she meant the lighting is super, but she said the lightning is super because iPhones autocorrect stuff weirdly. But it's funny that she said that because this building was struck by lightning.
It was. When we were there, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
And but it's you do actually get some spectacular views of storms from here as well.
You do, and and you don't even notice it when you're actually in the building. It's so quiet considering kind of the atmosphere as hectic as it is outside. But it's a really impressive building and something that is definitely worth seeing. And if you've not stayed there before, definitely consider staying there too.
I think you should try to go downstairs.
I think we should try it because Jason can't leave the table. We'll think we stiffed him on the bill.
Exactly. Let's
see if we can keep Carlos in the elevator.
I think you should go downstairs.
Might as well wander. And if you guys,
and I'll be back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead and go down, then we can wander around a little bit. And Jason can see it too because he's on the screen too. So we're three screens.
This is something we've never done this before.
No, I love it.
And if we lose Carlos, we can just
kick him out.
I hope I can come back here.
Thank you so much.
Oh, that could be problematic if he gets down there and can't come back.
Thank you.
It'll be live video gold, but
wouldn't that be so sad if he couldn't come back and finish this food
down there?
Oh, there's the elevator noise. And show
There's
them the
the
panel.
elevator.
Did you show them
Yeah,
the
and
panel?
this is the unique
Show them
panel.
your-
I'm going to
show
switch
them-
just to
when he
Carlos.
gets down
Look
there,
at the
he'll show
panel here.
There you go.
Just-
Go ahead and
this-
get in before we lose the lose the
So you-
elevator.
I feel like we're on like the Tonight Show or something, like where they go out to
It
the
is,
street.
yeah.
And he's gonna,
They're
he's
on
gonna
the
ask
way.
us trivia. He's going to ask trivia questions.
Oh, we lost him in the elevator a little bit. Hopefully, we
okay.
can pick him up when he gets to the bottom.
That's okay. Well, hopefully he doesn't need to be picked up when he gets to the
Well, we can't help him there. At least I
Hopefully he
can. You
arrives
might have to go get
safely
it.
and he can walk off.
I'm back.
Oh, he's
still
kind of
there.
back.
He's still there.
We haven't lost him
He's there.
entirely.
No, this is
I'm
fun.
back.
When he gets out of
This
the
is
elevator,
live
we
TV,
should get him.
folks. This is how it works. This is
That's how it works.
we
Do
don't
us
know
a
how it's
favor.
gonna- I don't even know what floor
Am
he
I
went
back?
to.
You're sort of back.
I'm back.
Frozen, but you're back.
Oh, there you
he is.
Yes.
We made it out of the elevator. I'm surprised we survived that on the connection. But I will say, if you know anybody that may be interested in seeing this resort, go ahead and share it with them or tag them in the comments here. That helps us out exponentially, and it encourages us to do this more and more frequently with from unique locations.
Are you guys seeing the lobby?
Yeah, it's a
Yeah, we see the
fantastic.
lobby. So this show them the workspaces there. The workspaces. I feel like I'm guiding a puppet. Walk over
Yeah.
to the workspaces and show them the power ports. These chairs are like designed.
Now I'm a
Perfectly, like
puppet.
you-
Oh my god.
No one will want to sit in this
I'm
chair for
Chucky.
too long,
I'm
but they're
Chucky.
comfortable.
Yeah.
Now show them the power outlets there, and also make sure you turn around and show them the power outlets and the chairs behind you too. These great
Yeah.
workspaces, because don't forget this is also a convention hotel,
And I've used some of these workspaces quite a few times.
and they have plexiglass installed now between them,
Yeah.
as you can see. Although it's so clean, it's actually hard to see that it's
Hard
there.
to see that they're actually there.
Show them the seats. No, go back to your left, to your left, to your left, the other left. No, turn around.
Oh, come on. I'm nervous now.
Turn around. Now go walk
Do
straight.
the-
Okay, there's chairs over by that wall. Yeah, keep going past there, through there. Go. See that long bank of chairs?
Oh yes.
Yeah, over there. See, what I love about this place is that they have all these little They have workstations. They have little conversational areas. They have these. Look, these are. It's like an airport, but super comfortable.
And at Disney, which makes it better.
So nice. No, don't go to the other side. Shh, you got to go show them that little room with the table.
Room with the
Yeah, to the left. Left. Go left. No, the other left. There you go.
the other.
Okay, no, straight. Keep going all the way across, as if you're going to go down the stairs to Barcelona Lounge. But you're going to go past there, and on the way, you can turn to your right and show them. You can turn to your right
I
and
got
show them the entrance to the lobby.
Yeah, and this is a spectacular entrance.
Oh my
Especially
God,
if
look
you've never seen it before. I wish we had smell-o-vision so we could actually show
No,
you.
The
The,
smell's incredible.
The smell incredible.
If you
yeah.
keep
And,
going, go
and I
past
like
the
the
stairwell. Are
light
you going to show them
thing
from up there?
yeah,
yes.
lighting fixture's amazing. And should we send Carlos outside to see the
Oh, yeah,
outside?
no,
of
no,
course
no,
we
no.
should. No, he will. Go to the right. Now go.
If you
Keep going
guys
straight.
do want to see anything,
Past
go
the
ahead and let us
stairs.
know what you want.
Go past the stairs, and you're going to make a left.
And Wendy Seeger makes a good comment. Anything at Disney World would be better. And yes, of course.
Okay.
I think that's in reference to the chairs.
And then when you get to the end, you're going to look to your right, and this is my little secret spot. Look at this.
Oh, I
Yeah.
found Jason's secret spot.
This is amazing. This space is amazing.
Okay.
Okay,
So
now
let,
you can go downstairs.
let me show myself a little bit.
I forgot about that, Ben
No one
Actors.
wants to
That's
see you.
true.
We
It
want to
looks
see
great.
No, it's an
No, dude, turn around. We got to show them the staircase. There you go. It's so beautiful. Make sure you show them the murals. Make sure you show them the windows. Make sure you show them the Moorish columns. And
Carlos is getting winded.
if you can tell that I'm in love with this hotel, I mean, look at this
And look how
Barcelona
empty it
Lounge.
is, too.
Well, so this lounge is not open currently.
Yeah, but I mean, just the resort in general, it's very quiet right now, which is kind of the story with most of the Disney resorts right now. Which makes it a great time to.
Jason, can you ask for a double espresso for me, please? I just saw
No, yeah, you
I
gotta
love
keep
the
going back.
I love the
Great
chair.
we have a picture of Lars Need in one of these chairs, Colin.
We do, don't we?
Yes, we do. All right, you got to go outside. Just
No,
to show them.
let me show you the mural here. So.
Oh yeah, both sides.
That person just walked by, just judge Carlos in an enormous way.
I'm doing. It's funny because
Show
I'm
the
not-
other side. No, turn around. Show the other mural.
Jason's
There you
mean.
Yeah. And he's always excited.
Okay, so we have a request to see the ceiling of that room
Okay.
because it is kind of neat. It's a very cool feeling. There you go.
That's amazing.
And Doreen, it does count. I do understand that. She said it does look like a cruise ship to me. The resort looks kind of like a cruise ship with kind of very glitzy setup.
But also very functional.
Yeah, it's functional. It works. It's a great place if you're actually going to try to do some work, if you have to on vacation, or even if you are there for business, because it is a very much conference-oriented resort. Not as much now, but usually.
We're not, if you went to your, okay, so if, he's not going to do it, but if you went through there straight and then to your left, you'd go down to the big cafeteria type area. Food court. Thank you.
And I have a feeling they're gonna be locked outside.
They're not. You're not going to be locked out.
Hilarious.
You have to go run around.
You have to walk
around. So this
around.
area here, this is the Lago Dorado. That's the name of the lake.
Oh, look, the moon, La Muna.
God, that's nice.
And
We need to figure out how to
that
use
in
this camera
if you look across the Lago Dorado, you see a building out there. That's Three Bridges, and it's named after the three bridges that reach it. It is a lovely space also to go and have a bite and a drink, and another bite, and another drink. Collin will tell you.
It is. I've eaten here a lot.
What was your favorite thing on that menu?
Which one? Oh, and outside?
At Three Bridges.
Probably the shrimp corn dogs. Those were really good.
Oh my
Those were
gosh.
really good. And that's right out there on the lake, and it is open right now, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Yeah. So that's a bonus.
Maybe we have to
not
do another after hours from Three
That's a
Bridges.
great place for
The
a
Three
live,
Bridges.
too. It's pretty quiet out there usually. But look at that view. The
I mean,
back
come
of
on,
that.
guys.
How can you beat that?
And
That's
show the
just
seating.
spectacular.
Show that bench area too.
Yeah, which may be hard to see on video, but I don't know. It's lit
beautiful.
up, so that's a win.
It's beautiful.
It's very, very nice. And look, do they even have that marked for social distancing now?
Yes, they do.
Nice.
Mhm.
That's a good touch.
That's a good.
Good touch. Yeah.
That's what we have to say now. They're like, oh, look, nice
Look at
touch.
that. The marker's there.
Isn't that beautiful? Oh my god.
And if you, so what you are seeing now is the back of Toledo at the very top
Yeah,
of
the
the
very top.
resort.
Can you see me waving?
No,
Jason's
you're
on the
not,
other side of the building, but
no, you're not there. You're in the
I'm on
other
the back,
side.
over the edge and wave.
I'll drop you a piece of cheese, Carlos.
No, the
But
important
yeah,
thing
Carlos,
for
you can make your way back.
there's a door here. I will try this one.
Hope he's not lit. Yeah, Wendy Seeger, I did say shrimp corn dogs. They're fantastic. It's shaped like a corn dog. It's full of shrimp, and it's wonderful.
Caleb
Yeah,
was
it has a
asking. Caleb was asking, "Is there music at Destino Tower?" And there is, and it's lovely. And if you
Oh my
like,
gosh, it's open. Oh my god,
if you
thank
like
you.
music like
Thank you.
Rodrigo
I'm
y
not
Gabriela,
I'm not
like
locked
Spanish
outside.
guitar style music, you are going to love it here. It's fantastic.
Carlos, can you find a speaker?
I'm here. Yes, I'm here.
Can you hear music?
Speaker is a resort for the resort music.
Oh, no, there's no music now.
Oh, there's music up here, baby.
Oh
Lots of
yes,
music
yes,
up here.
yeah.
It's like a party up here, Carlos. You're missing out, man.
The party started when I left.
It is a fan. There's a lot of comments about it being
You know you're
beautiful
going
out.
to take in the elevator from down there, right, Carlos?
Yeah, I know, but I don't want to show this again because there's something I want to show that I loved.
And Mark Williams is saying it looks beautiful outside. It certainly is.
I love
It's
this.
very good night.
I love this.
Yeah, it's really cool the way they did that, and that's one of those things Disney didn't have to do, but it just kind of plus the experience. 'Cause
And it
it's
smells
super
so good when you walk in the space.
It smells wonderful, and the rooms smell like that too, especially the tower rooms. But there's
There
so
was a
much.
lot- There was a lot of chairs.
Carlos, there's so much cheese and salami left.
He's gonna run back. You have to take
No,
the stairs.
If I can't get the double espresso, good.
This is such a beautiful background that almost looks fake,
It is. It's nice.
doesn't it?
I don't think some people believe you.
Okay, so I'm going.
Look, there's people moving.
That's true. They do.
I can
that could be
interact
a
with them.
video. And see, this is the elevator that we were talking about. It's very unique. You tap the button.
Show
There's
them,
no
show
button.
them, show them the button, show them the panel.
I already showed it. You didn't notice.
But there's kind of an LED panel outside. It's a touchscreen. You tap the button. You ride upstairs.
Oh, I don't think he's alone. This is going to be awkward.
It's gonna be awkward. Hello,
Good.
people in the elevator.
Hello, people. It's good to see you. Let's make them laugh. Let's see.
Oh,
if
we
can,
lost?
Oh, we lost. Let's see if we can make them laugh out loud in the elevator.
That would be
the
hilarious.
best.
He's gonna hate us when he gets out of this elevator
Oh,
because
I
you can
wish.
see he's
I think
he was already starting.
He has to do this every time. Like he has to be the one to go. He's
the one
like he can be our little puppet. He can't hear us right now, so it's fine. We can say whatever.
Yeah,
we want.
yeah, I can hear you. I can hear
hear
you.
I hope there's people in that elevator.
This is good.
We're having fun with this. I hope you guys are
Oh my
enjoying
gosh!
this. A few of you.
My reflection.
I don't even know if there's anyone left because I can't see the comments right now.
No, there's people still here. I'm shocked, but there are people
Oh,
still
Jason,
here.
I'm back.
Oh, he's back.
Look at that. Almost in real time. Oh, we lost him. He's gone.
You're gone. Dude, we lost you just as you came in here.
That could have been my fault. I don't know.
Did you boot him?
For sure.
Party all the time. Party all the time. All right, so what should we talk about? I'm going to look at the comments here and see. Oh, Carlos, you're the most handsome tour guide. That's one of the comments from my mom.
Here we go. There he is. He's back. We're good.
Let's see.
Yep. Just allow me to do one thing.
Whatever you need, buddy.
I'll be back in 3 minutes.
Oh,
Does he have to pee?
he's probably getting his espresso too.
No.
You can mute your mic before you go. That'd be nice. And a little courtesy would be.
I did it for him.
Anyway. So, what do you guys think?
Yeah, what do you think of the resort? Because it's impressive, and a lot of people don't give it the credit it deserves.
Also, while we're at it, if you like this kind of format, because we just made it up as we went along.
We kind of, literally, it was like 2 days ago. We decided, hey, we're going to do this.
I thought that was pretty fun.
I thought it was fun.
The light fixtures are nice too.
Let me change the gesture so I can actually see it.
Oh, it doesn't matter. You don't have to. I like to see you too, Colin.
Well, I don't know if I like to see.
But what other resorts would you like us to explore next? Because this seemed like a lot of fun, and I have all this food.
A lot of fun. And these are kind of experiences that you can't always show on, particularly your show, or lunch break show, because you're not out during at after hours, quite literally. So it works out well that we can show two different things. You
kind of need a buddy system.
Yeah, and you can enjoy the parks with Jason at the lunch break each. Well, this is your shameless plug. Come on, go, Jason.
You're doing. I thought you were doing a great job. I thought you were doing it for me.
Well, I forget what days you do it. I just kind of join in when the notification comes across.
So that's an important point. So every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 12 p.m. Eastern, here with themagiclive.com. We do virtual tours of Disney spaces. Sometimes we do actual tours of Disney spaces, like in person and live. We lunch together.
What we just did, but it's fun.
We chat. Thanks. We chat. We talk Disney. We talk other stuff. Tomorrow, 12 p.m. Eastern, I will be doing a lunch break that includes a little conversation about the gear, a little show and tell, and talk. And we're going to do some compare and contrast of different videos, like comparing traditional videos to different types of virtual reality videos. So don't miss that. Here with Magic Live tomorrow, 12 p.m. Eastern. Also, this guy who just came back has a little show he does every Tuesday at, I always get the time wrong too because
It is 8 p.m. our time here.
8 p.m. Eastern.
Sorry, I muted
But
Carlos.
but the important part is you got to turn your notifications on because life is, we get busy and things happen and we forget. And today, my buddy Carlos went live from Animal Kingdom. Impromptu. I got my alert because I had my notifications turned on and I was able to join him. So
yeah,
it was
and
a lot of fun.
that applies not only to after hours, but you can do it for any of our pages. Because I am considering doing some live stuff here sometime soon. So you might be able to join that. I know Carlos does his live show. So turn on the notification for each of those, and we really appreciate that. But I hope more than anything that you guys enjoyed this, because we are kind of flying by the seat of our pants. We planned this, but this is the first kind of test run, and we think it's gone well, and people seem to have really enjoyed it. So
yeah, so
tell us
we want
what you'd like to see next, because it's one of the few things that we can do at night right now around Disney, which might change Thanksgiving week because they are open a little late.
The idea was that we would do Disney Springs, me in one end, Jason in the other, and they will come come running, and then in the mid in the center, then Collin will start crying.
It's an elaborate scheme, but then we realized Disney Springs closed at 10 o'clock. So we might have to revisit that one in the future because that
because they're changing the to 11 p.m. Pretty soon. So it's
very
good.
soon. Yeah, because I was noticing that the week that I'm there. But we'll have to do something that week, even if it's not our normal Thursday night show. We should be able to do something fun, enjoy it. And if you guys did enjoy this format, maybe we can have some Runner Carlos version here in the next few weeks. Throw us a like.
I feel like there's a new, we have like a
wherever
new meme coming.
you're viewing. So definitely show us some love there so that we know that you enjoyed it. And we can follow up with it next week because we're always looking back at things that have happened, and the ones that do better, we tend to do again. But we appreciate it, and it's a lot of fun, and we hope you have enjoyed tonight. I'm going to let Carlos go ahead and plug. I already let Jason plug. Carlos, what do you have going on this week?
I think Jason already commented about my live show.
Talk about yourself.
But guys, it was great. Well, the only thing is, it's great. I don't know what's going on with him.
He muted himself that time. This isn't.
I was trying to give him a chance to plug himself, and he just.
Here we go. We'll go all eyes on Carlos. There you go.
This is what you already know. My content is in Portuguese, but I love to see you around. Today, actually, the live that I did from the Disney Animal Kingdom was lovely, and it was great to have the interaction in Portuguese and English. Jason tried try really nice to do one in English in Portuguese. It didn't work, but it was nice. And thank you guys. And I'm so happy when you show up in the live show. Really appreciate that. It's every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. It is in Portuguese, but it's an opportunity for you to get to know my language.
Yeah, slowly but surely. But it's a fun show. He does a great job every week, and you will see him integrate a lot of the stuff that you see here as far as eCam overlays and unique stuff that you might not get on other shows. So that's something to look forward to. Now, what's Jason going to say now?
I was going to say, how about you, buddy? Like,
what
about try for WDW?
So I am working on a few things. Actually, 3 or 4 things, but I don't know when some of those are going to take place. I'm hoping to get into live streaming sometime in the next couple of weeks, so I can share some tips and tricks from the park, some unique experiences, things like that. A little shorter show format than what these guys do, but I hope that I can use it kind of on YouTube as well. So I'm going to get into the YouTube space a little bit and try a few things out that I've never tried before. So I hope you guys join me there, and we'll see what comes of that. See what we can get into. But as always, the print shop is online, guide4wdw.com/shop. There are also new articles there. And I don't have the overlay, but there is a code SHIP30 for free shipping for any order over $30.
I think I have the overlay.
What?
I think I have that overlay, and I can show it tomorrow.
Oh, that'll work. There you go. Yeah. So go see Jason's show tomorrow, and you can see that overlay and get that code from him. So 2 for 1 win. So any final thoughts, guys?
I love this. This was so much fun. It was great. Friends, Disney, gorgeous views, fantastic food, lovely drinks. I mean,
it's been fun. I've enjoyed it.
And you guys. And everybody.
I've enjoyed it. Oh, he muted it. Wait. He's muted. Go back. Repeat.
We need your opinions. Please make your comments. It is for us. It's really important. It is something that we're trying for the first time. In terms of the production quality, is not the same thing that we do in studio. But I think that what we bring, being here live, is also important. So we would like to see your comments.
So we like to mix it up a little bit, so you guys have a little variety compared to just us sitting in our offices or in our spaces here and enjoying a good time there. But this is fun for us to get out and show you some things, especially now that we can, since a lot of you may not be able to get to the parks or may not want to get to the parks right now, may not be ready for that. We are willing and able to share this experience with you the best.
Buddies.
Go ahead.
I think
bye-bye.
That's what we got for tonight, but we're just going to end it at that. But I will say thank you guys for being here. We always appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Amazing time each week, and we really enjoy making this. You guys make it all possible, and we absolutely love that you are able to join us and that you continue to join us and inviting your friends. So
Thank you.
Thank you guys so much for being here.
Have a great night.
Good night.
Thank you.
If I can find the exit. There we go.